Women of Reddit, what's a common hint that men don't pick up on? This thread just makes me aware that I'm not missing any subtle hints. The ladies around me just aren't interested. If I ask you a personal question, I probably want you to ask me the same thing. There was a guy in college that I liked for a good year. We had dinner together after class 2 or 3 times a week. Just the two of us. I tried to drop hints all the time, complimenting him and such. Then Valentine's Day comes around and I ask in advance if he wants to get dinner that day. He immediately says yes and suggests we go somewhere different. Since we usually ate at the same place all the time, I eagerly agreed. We meet there and it's all decorated for Valentine's and he apparently had no idea it was Valentine's Day. I said, I guess you're my Valentine's this year then. Lucky me. And he turned bright red. It never worked out and I got over him a bit after Valentine's. Then about a year later we are talking and I bring up how I had the hugest crush on him, like a fun memory, and he goes absolutely bug-eyed, surprised. He is rapid-firing questions to dissect how he could have known. After about 50 questions, a look on his face made it clear it had finally dawned on him. After that, I learned just say it. I like you. Can I buy you dinner sometime? Is the tried and true way, for me, at least. Sorry to answer as a man, but one time a girl I was hanging out with in college invited me into her room after a long night of heavy drinking with friends. She said she wanted to take a nap but would like me to join her. I did, and I napped pretty hard. Fast forward a few years. I randomly remember that day and suddenly realize that she didn't want to take a nap. How could I have been so dense? I have a girlfriend, so maybe this is why I did not pick up the hint, but I have always been bad picking up hints. At family football watching party. Me. Just chit-chatting with everyone. Girl. OMG, you are SOOO funny. Laughing a lot. Me. Say thank you and keep on talking. Girl. Slowly moves closer to me. Me. Oblivious to the situation. Girlfriend. Hey, why don't we go grab a drink in the kitchen? Girlfriend. You know she was hitting on you, right? Me. No, I was just happy someone actually found me funny. Want to have something to drink inside after a date? Guy. No, I'm good. Girl. Are you sure? Guy. Yeah. A coffee at this hour? Oh good heavens no, I'd never be able to get to sleep. Dating in your 30s. If you come home and she's wearing lingerie, that might mean she wants to have sex. When you see that she has dressed up for you, be dramatic about how much you appreciate it. Was playing video games. Husband watching. I quit. Saying I'm going upstairs to play with myself. Cue me coming downstairs a couple hours later and asked him why he didn't join. He said he thought I was going to take a nap. I asked him what part of I'm going to play with myself sounds like nap time. It's been over 10 years and my clueless husband still doesn't understand flirting. Does he know you're married? I've straight up told a man that I wanted his and he still wasn't sure I really wanted sex. On the other side, I've told a man I'd call the cops if he didn't leave me be and ended having to call the cops. Edit. For all those curious. These were two separate men. The first guy was into me since he was my boyfriend at the time. He didn't think I was serious even though I was literally on top of him in my undies. My pajamas. Strappy, silky or barely there. I'm not really ready to sleep. Socks. Long pants. Long-sleeved shirt. I'm tired. Cuddle me. I might snore. 19. 5 years of marriage. He'll get it one day. Nothing specific, but I was flirted with and went on 2 dates in college without even realizing she was flirting or that those were dates. I missed every single hint. The full story is that she was directing a short college play I was in and said after the play that we should hang out as a cast more. I take part in more plays and she compliments me on my outfits. Later she messages me on Facebook asking me out to coffee, hot chocolate, and we roam around campus after that for a while, before hugging and me leaving via bus. In my defense, I just thought she liked to hug people, so I didn't pick up on that. Then she asked me out again to coffee and we sat down and chatted for a bit. Then this happened. Her. Hey, I have something to tell you. Me. Did you murder someone? Then she told me she liked me and that these had been dates and flirting. I was flabbergasted but said I'd be her boyfriend. but broke it off a day later saying I wasn't ready for a relationship, which was true. We're still friends to this day and send memes to each other and hang out at her place and play games. And often we make jokes about that incident and how oblivious it was. So in a way it was a happy ending. Guy here, but my experience went like this once. Her: what are your plans after work Friday? Me: probably watch Terminator 2 and microwave a Hot Pocket. Her: that sounds awesome. Mind if I join? Me: sure, but I only have one Hot Pocket. Her: that's okay. Me in my mind: wow, she really likes Terminator 2 and half a Hot Pocket. That's cool. I hope she's okay with the ham Hot Pockets. God, Terminator 2 is like the perfect movie. Always takes it up a notch every scene. Continue to play the entire Terminator 2 movie in my head. Putting on headphones equals I don't want to talk to anyone. Not, have you pull them off so you can talk to me. If you say something suggestive that a woman doesn't acknowledge or pretends not to hear, or causes her to subtly change the subject, don't then say it again. What? Do they think that we just went temporarily deaf? You were being given an out. Touching you, like your hair or your arm. We don't touch guys we aren't at least attracted to or comfortable with. Edit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like half of you totally ignored the "you're comfortable with" part. Read the situation. If it's a date and she touches you, that is a good sign. If you guys are friends, it probably just means she feels safe with you. If a woman is in a job where she's serving you, the customer, and being friendly, cheerful, smiling and making eye contact with you, she doesn't want to bang you. It's her job to be nice to literally everyone. Multiple times. I've had a guy try to chat with me on public transport, in a waiting room, on an airplane, etc. It's usually places I'm not really interested in having a conversation, so I'll give a short but polite response and turn back to my phone, book, music. Probably 9 times out of 10, they continue to attempt to talk to me. Once I told a guy he could share my sleeping bag while we were watching a meteor shower. Literally said you should zip in with me. It'd be much warmer if we could cuddle together. He said he didn't think there was room and he'd just zip up his jacket. 2 years later he asked me why we never hooked up cause he liked me so much, and I point to this exact moment. He remembered it happening and completely missed the hint. If I'm slowly getting physically away from you, that doesn't mean you should come closer. And me being nice to you doesn't mean I want to you. If I'm looking at you, talking to you, laughing, etc., basically being a normal human being, don't assume I'm interested solely based on that. Well, a girl once asked if she could kiss me and I thought she meant a peck on the cheek. Doesn't help that I was a young 19-year-old and she 24, so naturally I went from attractive to bearded child in less than 3 seconds. Woman invited me to spend the night in her bed, multiple times in one night. I spent the night in my own, partly because I thought she was kidding around. She was not. Oops. One time I was in a video game store and a woman was searching for a game she seemed really excited to play. I, having already played that game, got excited for her, found the game, handed it to her and started to explain how I thought she was really going to like it. Her mood then seemed to turn as she said my husband and I are really going to enjoy playing it together. My mood then, frustrated that she thought I was hitting on her, lifted my left hand to show my wedding ring. Then I said yeah, my wife and I enjoyed it too. She then got bright red and apologized for assuming I was trying to hit on her when I just really liked a video game. Had a chick compliment my eyes, saying that my work shirt makes them pop, which is a reach. Notices and compliments my haircut. Was curious about my interests. Said out loud, well, if I knew you didn't have a Halloween party to go to, I would have invited you to me and my friends. Keep in mind that to her I'm basically a random dude she knows nothing about. Turns out she has someone. So did I misinterpret these signs? Or what? Alternatively, for women, if a guy doesn't pick up on 2 or 3 hints, just tell him what you want. If it's really what you want, there's nothing to lose. Plus, confidence is a great turn on. Some men ignore hints by fear of rejection. I once kept resting my hand on a guy's leg and asking if he'd be interested in going for food, movie. He thought I was unbalanced and just kept using his thigh to steady myself and invited other friends to dinner and movies. We've been together for 3 or 4 years now and he still thinks he made the first move. I once made an excuse to touch my crush's hair, gave him my phone number, laughed at all of his jokes, gave him a laptop, and he still had no idea. He finally figured it out when I called him a bitch. Our 1-year wedding anniversary is in June. New Year's night, a random girl was hanging out with me the whole night talking and drinking. We had a lot of fun talking about random and deep stuff. After the party she asked me if I wanted to drink a coffee with her at her place. She, wanna come in and drink a coffee? Me, nah, I don't drink that much coffee and it's really late so. She, smiling, no problem, maybe a hot chocolate? Me, oh no thanks, too much sugar and stuff. She, okay then. Have good night, call me if you feel like it, bye. 1 hour later this message came up on my phone. I'm drunk and horny as hell and you could have had nasty sex with me at any point this night. I dropped so many hints. Touched you and even invited you to my place but you were a real gentleman. You're so nice. Me. Cries.